The galaxy was vast, dark, and filled with mysteries. Humanity, new to the stars but bold in their exploration, discovered something that defied explanation. A faint signal coming from the Perseus Fringe, a region known for its lifelessness. It was as if the galaxy itself had fallen silent in that part of space, with only pulsars and black holes breaking the void. The signal was mathematical, complex but decipherable. Repeating intervals carried coordinates leading to an unassuming barren world orbiting a pulsar star. To the United Space Coalition, it was a curiosity worth investigating. For humanity's ambitious exploration corps, it was an irresistible challenge. The Stellar Veil, humanity's fastest exploratory vessel, was dispatched. Its crew was small but handpicked for their expertise. Commander Elise Kael, a pragmatic leader with years of exploration under her belt. Dr. Malcolm Ivers, a linguist and mathematician with a gift for decoding alien languages. Lieutenant Zara Venn, a battle-hardened ex-soldier turned security officer. Spectrum, an advanced AI designed for deep space exploration, with processing capabilities beyond human comprehension. As the Stellar Veil dropped out of hyperspace into the shadow of the pulsar, the crew's first view of the target planet left them silent. The world was barren, its surface cracked and dry, like the remnants of a world that had seen too many cataclysms. But what stood out were the faint glimmers of light emanating from deep below its crust. "What the hell is that?" Zara muttered, staring at the holographic display. "It matches the signal's source," Spectrum replied, its voice smooth and detached. "Approximately 20 kilometers beneath the surface." The veil landed near the signal's origin, a vast chasm that appeared natural but radiated a faint glow. The crew descended in a transport pod, their hearts heavy with equal parts curiosity and unease. As they entered the depths, the environment shifted. The barren rock gave way to smooth, metallic surfaces. The walls were etched with intricate patterns that seemed to pulse faintly in time with the pulsar above. "This isn't natural," Dr. Ivers said, running his hand over the carvings. "It's deliberate. A language, maybe?" "Possibly," Spectrum interjected. "Preliminary scans suggest these patterns are linked to an active energy network beneath the surface. This structure is functional." "Functional for what?" Elise asked, her voice echoing in the cavernous space. The AI hesitated. "Unknown. But there's more. Patterns indicate a neural network." Ivers froze. "Are you saying this structure is alive?" Spectrum didn't respond immediately. "Not in the organic sense, but there are parallels to artificial intelligence systems. This may be an autonomous construct." As the team ventured deeper, the walls began to glow brighter. The carvings rearranged themselves, shifting into patterns that seemed to react to their presence. Spectrum's voice cut through the tension. "Commander, the signal is increasing in intensity. Something is responding to us." In the next chamber, they found the source of the signal, a massive sphere hovering in mid-air, its surface pulsing with a rhythmic light. The sphere was the size of a small moon suspended by unseen forces. Elise raised her weapon instinctively. "Is it active?" Dr. Ivers stepped closer, his scanner beeping wildly. "This thing is ancient, millions of years old at least. And it's alive in some way. It's thinking." The lights on the sphere intensified, and a deep, resonant hum filled the chamber. The team froze as the carvings on the walls shifted into readable text. Human text. Spectrum translated. "Welcome, travelers. You have reached Echo 7, the last remnant of the silent stars. State your purpose." Elise stepped forward cautiously. "This is Commander Elise Kael of the human exploration vessel Stellar Veil. We received your signal and came to investigate. Who are you?" The voice that followed wasn't Spectrum's. It emanated directly from the sphere, layered and metallic. "I am Echo 7, a guardian of the past. You seek answers, but they come with a cost. The silent stars are not what you believe." "What are the silent stars?" Elise asked, her tone firm. "The silent stars are wounds," Echo 7 replied, its light dimming slightly. "Regions of the galaxy where light and life have been extinguished. They were consumed by an entity your kind cannot comprehend. An invader, a devourer, a shroud. It eradicates all organic life, leaving only voids and pulsars in its wake. The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Zara gripped her weapon tightly. "You're saying something kills stars?" "Not the stars, the life around them. The Shroud is an entity beyond matter, an intelligence that consumes the energy of consciousness itself. My creators built me to preserve what they could when it came for them, but I failed." Elise frowned. "If your creators are gone, why is the signal still active? Why call us here?" Echo 7 hesitated, its glow pulsing erratically. "You are not the first to hear my call. You are bait. The Shroud has already detected you." The chamber trembled, and alarms blared from Spectrum. "Massive energy signatures detected. Something is awakening across this structure." Echo 7's voice grew louder, almost desperate. "Leave now. If you stay, you will face its wrath. The Shroud is coming." The crew barely had time to react as the walls began to shift, revealing hidden mechanisms and conduits glowing with malevolent energy. Null Nexus wasn't the only thing buried here. Something far worse was waking. The chamber erupted into chaos. The smooth metallic walls shifted like living tissue, revealing pulsing conduits of energy and intricate machines that hummed with foreboding power. The sphere, Echo 7, pulsed frantically, its light dimming and flaring erratically. "You must leave," Echo 7's voice boomed. "This place is no longer safe. The Shroud will sense your presence." Commander Elise Kael gritted her teeth, her weapon raised as the team backed toward the transport pod. "Spectrum, what's happening?" Spectrum's voice was uncharacteristically strained. "The sphere's systems have triggered a planetary activation sequence. Energy signatures are off the scale. It's as if the planet itself is waking up." "Waking up to what?" Zara barked, her eyes scanning for threats. The AI's response was grim. "To fight." The floor beneath them rumbled violently as massive drones emerged from the walls, sleek, spider-like machines with glowing cores. They moved with terrifying precision, encircling the team in moments. "Open fire!" Zara shouted, unleashing a barrage from her pulse rifle. The drones reeled but adapted quickly, their armor shifting to absorb the impacts. Dr. Malcolm Ivers scrambled for cover, his voice trembling. "We're not equipped for this. Those things are too advanced." Elise fired a well-aimed shot at one of the drones, striking its core and causing it to collapse in a shower of sparks. "Then we adapt. Spectrum, find us a way out." Echo 7's voice interrupted the chaos. "Your weapons are useless against what comes next. The drones are mere remnants, guardians of this archive. The true enemy is beyond them." "What enemy?" Elise snapped, dodging an energy blast. "The Shroud. Your presence here has reawakened its awareness. It will come." Spectrum interjected. "Captain, I found a path to the surface, but it leads directly through the core of this facility. The energy readings there are unstable." Elise hesitated, weighing the options. "We don't have a choice. Everyone move." The team fought their way through the labyrinth, the drones pursuing relentlessly. The walls continued to shift, the carvings rearranging themselves into ominous warnings. "This isn't just a planet," Ivers gasped as they ran. "It's a battlefield. This whole place was designed to fight something. Or trap something," Zara countered, blasting another drone. As they neared the core, the air grew thick with a strange, oppressive energy. The glowing conduits now pulsed in a chaotic rhythm, and a deep, resonant hum filled the space. They entered the central chamber, a vast, cavernous space dominated by a colossal machine that seemed to pierce the planet's surface. Energy swirled around it, forming a vortex that pulsed in time with the pulsar star above. Spectrum's voice was grave. "This is the planetary defense system. It was designed to contain the Shroud by turning the entire planet into a weaponized beacon." Elise stared at the vortex. "And now it's waking up?" "Yes," Spectrum confirmed. "But it's incomplete. The activation sequence was never finished. If the Shroud senses this energy, it will retaliate." Echo 7's voice echoed through the chamber. "You cannot stop this. The Shroud is already aware. Your actions here have marked humanity." Elise turned to the sphere, her jaw tight. "Then why call us here? Why set this trap?" "Jaw tight. Then why call us here?" Why set this trap? Because hope is a dangerous thing, Echo 7 replied. Your kind seeks to understand, to connect, but in doing so, you draw attention to yourselves. The Shroud consumes those who shine too brightly. My creators learned this too late. Elise's mind raced. What happens if we disable the beacon? Will it stop the Shroud? No, Echo 7 said, its glow dimming. The Shroud will come regardless. Your only hope is to flee and scatter, to become so insignificant that you are no longer worth its notice. Zara stepped forward, her rifle still trained on a drone. That's not an option. If this thing's waking up, we finish what they started. We fight. Elise considered their options. The beacon was a double-edged sword. Activating it fully could potentially destroy the Shroud, but it would also paint a target on humanity forever. Disabling it would buy time, but at the cost of leaving the galaxy vulnerable. Spectrum, Elise said, her voice calm despite the chaos. Can you finish the activation sequence? The AI hesitated. Yes, but it will destabilize the core. This planet will not survive. Neither will we, Zara muttered. Echo 7's light flared again. If you activate the beacon, you will sacrifice yourselves for a galaxy that may never know your name. Is that your choice? Elise nodded, determination in her eyes. If humanity is going to be remembered, it won't be for running. Spectrum began the activation process. The chamber trembled violently as energy surged through the conduits, and the vortex above the machine intensified, growing brighter and louder with every passing second. The drones faltered, their movements becoming erratic as the system overrode their programming. As the energy reached its peak, the vortex exploded outward, sending a blinding wave of light through the planet and into the void beyond. The team barely made it back to their transport pod as the facility collapsed around them. The stellar veil lifted off just in time, racing away from the crumbling planet. Behind them, the pulsar star burned brighter than ever, its energy amplified by the beacon. On board the ship, Elise watched the display, her face etched with exhaustion. Do you think it worked? Spectrum's response was measured. The beacon sent its signal. If the Shroud comes, the galaxy will know. But whether they will fight or flee remains unknown. Echo 7's final words echoed in Elise's mind. Hope is a dangerous thing. The galaxy was silent once more, but humanity's actions had set a course that could not be undone. Somewhere in the vast darkness, the Shroud stirred and watched. The silent stars now bore humanity's light.